If you're over 55 and struggling with muscle loss, here's something science-backed and potentially life-changing. Your nutrition is either fueling your strength or accelerating your decline. But here's the good news. There are 7 easily accessible, inexpensive foods that can literally help you rebuild muscle, restore function, and reignite your energy. And yes, this can happen even if you're 60, 70, or beyond. This isn't guesswork. These are lab-tested, peer-reviewed, mechanistically grounded strategies that align with how your body ages, how your nervous system adapts, and how your muscles respond to key nutrients. Let's break it down. One of the most overlooked aspects of aging is how preventable and reversible muscle loss can be with the right approach to nutrition. After the age of 55, most people begin to experience a gradual decline in muscle mass, a condition known as sarcopenia. This isn't just about looking weaker or smaller, it affects mobility, balance, metabolic health, and overall quality of life. Yet what many don't realize is that muscle loss isn't a mandatory consequence of aging. In fact, science now shows that targeted dietary choices can send powerful signals to the body, reversing much of the decline and reigniting the biological processes that support strength, recovery, and vitality. Your body is in constant communication with itself, and food is one of the most powerful messengers in that system. Every bite you take sends biochemical instructions to your brain, muscles, and endocrine system. For those over 55, this means the foods you eat are either telling your body to grow stronger or become weaker. When you provide your system with the right nutrients, especially complete proteins and supportive micronutrients, you are activating the molecular switches that drive muscle repair and regeneration. One of the most important of these switches is a cellular signaling pathway called mTOR, or mammalian target of rapamycin. This is the central pathway involved in muscle protein synthesis, and it becomes less responsive as we age unless it is deliberately activated through a combination of resistance exercise and specific nutrients, particularly leucine, a branched-chain amino acid found in eggs and dairy. The decline in muscle mass with age isn't just a result of using our muscles less. There is also a neurological component. The motor neurons that activate and control our muscles start to deteriorate, reducing the efficiency of muscle contraction and weakening our body's ability to recruit the full range of muscle fibers. Fortunately, this can be counteracted by combining the correct foods with regular strength-building activity. We can restore some of that lost neuromuscular efficiency. Nutrients like choline, found in egg yolks, help support the structure and function of nerve cells. This enhances brain-to-muscle communication, helping us use the muscles we already have more effectively while building new muscle in the process. Another key concept is that muscle isn't just built in the gym, it's built in the kitchen and while you sleep. The food you consume serves as raw material for rebuilding the muscle tissue you break down through activity. This becomes even more crucial as we age because the body becomes less efficient at absorbing and utilizing dietary protein. That means older adults require more high-quality protein per meal to stimulate the same level of muscle growth seen in younger individuals. This isn't about eating huge amounts of meat or expensive supplements. It's about consistently consuming nutrient-dense, affordable whole foods that deliver complete proteins and anabolic triggers. Foods like eggs, Greek yogurt, tuna, lentils, and cottage cheese are incredibly effective because they are rich in essential amino acids and easy to incorporate into daily meals. The cost factor is important here. Many people assume that building muscle, especially later in life, requires expensive powders, high-end supplements, or elaborate meal plans, but the science shows otherwise. Inexpensive, readily available foods like lentils and rolled oats can play a key role in muscle health. Lentils are packed with plant, based protein and iron, which supports oxygen delivery to muscles. Oats provide complex carbohydrates, which give you the energy to perform muscle building activities and help replenish glycogen stores post-exercise. Combined with a modest intake of complete protein sources like eggs, yogurt, and canned fish, this creates a powerful, muscle-supportive nutritional foundation that doesn't require a premium budget. An additional consideration is inflammation, which tends to increase with age and can interfere with muscle recovery. Omega-3 fatty acids, found in foods like sardines and canned tuna, are well documented for their anti-inflammatory properties and their ability to enhance the muscle's response to resistance training. Including these in your diet can reduce soreness, improve recovery times, and even help the body retain lean mass during periods of inactivity or illness situations that are unfortunately more common in older age. Finally, we must recognize the importance of consistency. One healthy meal won't rebuild lost muscle, but consistent daily choices, combined with even moderate levels of physical activity, can lead to meaningful improvements in strength, energy, and confidence over time. The body is incredibly adaptive, even past age 55. It listens to what we feed it, and it responds. The right foods don't just prevent further loss, they actively help rebuild what was thought to be permanently gone. This is not theory, it's grounded in clinical research and human biology. You're never too old to reclaim your strength. It just starts with a fork. When it comes to rebuilding muscle after age 55, many people assume it takes expensive supplements or complicated diets to make real progress. But that couldn't be further from the truth. In reality, 7 simple, affordable foods, when eaten consistently, can trigger noticeable improvements in muscle strength, energy, and physical resilience. The key is understanding how these foods interact with the body's physiology, particularly in an aging system that needs more support to activate and maintain muscle growth. Each of these foods provides a unique set of nutrients that the aging body craves, and when combined, they create a powerful formula for restoring muscle without breaking the bank. Let's begin with eggs. These are one of the most complete and bioavailable sources of protein available. The protein in eggs contains all 9 essential amino acids, but more importantly, they are rich in leucine, the specific amino acid responsible for stimulating the mTOR pathway. This pathway governs muscle protein synthesis, which is how the body builds new muscle tissue. The yolks also contain choline, a nutrient vital for healthy brain and nerve function. That means eggs don't just help you build muscle, they help your brain and nervous system stay sharp too. Eating 1 or 2 eggs per day, especially around physical activity, is a low-cost but highly effective muscle support strategy. Lentils are another underestimated powerhouse. They're affordable, shelf-stable, and rich in plant-based protein and fiber. What makes them particularly valuable for older adults is their iron and folate content. Iron supports red blood cell function, which ensures that your muscles receive the oxygen they need during both exercise and recovery. Folate plays a role in DNA repair and cell regeneration, both crucial for healing and growth. Lentils are also high in magnesium, which helps muscles contract and relax properly. This is especially important because cramps, fatigue, and slow recovery are common signs of magnesium deficiency in older adults. Greek yogurt deserves special attention due to its dual protein profile. It contains both whey and casein. Whey is fast digesting, giving the body a quick influx of amino acids, while casein digests more slowly, feeding the muscles over time. This combination is ideal for older adults who experience what's known as anabolic resistance, a reduced ability to build muscle even when protein is consumed. By eating Greek yogurt, especially after exercise or before bed, you help ensure a sustained release of amino acids, which supports muscle repair while you rest. It's also packed with calcium and probiotics, contributing to bone health and gut integrity, both critical as we age. Canned tuna and sardines are incredibly dense in nutrients and omega-3 fatty acids, which have been proven in clinical studies to enhance muscle protein synthesis in older adults. Omega-3s reduce systemic inflammation, which tends to rise with age and interferes with muscle recovery. They also improve insulin sensitivity, allowing your body to shuttle nutrients into muscle cells more efficiently. Tuna is also a fantastic source of lean protein, while sardines provide calcium and vitamin D in addition to omega-3s. These fish are shelf-stable, affordable, and easy to incorporate into salads, sandwiches, or snacks. Cottage cheese is another highly effective muscle food. It's rich in casein protein, making it ideal for slow absorption. This makes it an excellent food to eat before sleep, when the body enters its most active recovery phase. Older adults often struggle with maintaining muscle overnight due to long fasting periods, and cottage cheese helps solve that problem. It's also high in B12, a vitamin that supports energy metabolism and neurological health, both crucial for keeping the nervous system aligned with muscular function. Pumpkin seeds are a nutrient-dense snack that packs more benefits than many realize. They're rich in magnesium, zinc, and plant-based protein. Zinc is essential for maintaining healthy testosterone levels, which play a role in preserving muscle mass in both men and women. Magnesium supports the electrical activity of the muscles and nerves, helping with coordination and recovery. They also provide antioxidants that protect cells from damage caused by oxidative stress, which increases with age. Rolled oats, though commonly thought of as just a carbohydrate source, play a vital supportive role in muscle maintenance. They offer long, lasting energy through complex carbohydrates, helping fuel workouts and maintain steady blood sugar levels. Stable blood sugar is essential because insulin is a key transporter of amino acids into the muscle cells. Pairing oats with a protein source like eggs or Greek yogurt results in a balanced meal that supports muscle recovery and growth, while minimizing spikes and crashes in energy. What unites all of these foods is not just their nutritional content, but their accessibility and affordability. You don't need to overhaul your entire lifestyle or rely on expensive powders to rebuild strength after 55. By consistently including these 7 foods in your diet, you create a steady stream of muscle, supportive nutrients that work with your body's natural biology. Each meal becomes a small but powerful step toward restoring energy, stability, and strength. And over time, those small steps lead to transformations that are not only visible in the mirror, but deeply felt in your daily life. As we age, the body's response to nutrition and exercise begins to change. One of the most critical aspects of this shift is that the muscles become less sensitive to the signals that trigger growth and repair. That's why older adults require more precision in their approach to nutrition, particularly when it comes to certain nutrients that have a direct effect on muscle development and maintenance. Among the most important of these are omega-3 fatty acids, casein protein, and leucine. These 3 compounds work synergistically to overcome age-related muscle resistance, enhance recovery, and improve overall strength and function. Leucine is a standout nutrient when it comes to activating muscle protein synthesis. It plays a primary role in signaling the body to build new muscle tissue through its influence on the mTOR pathway. This pathway is the central regulator of anabolic activity in the body and is essential for the maintenance of lean muscle mass. As we get older, the sensitivity of mTOR to dietary protein decreases, which is why younger individuals can maintain muscle with less effort, while older adults must be more deliberate. Foods rich in leucine, such as eggs, dairy products, and especially whey protein found in Greek yogurt, deliver the concentrated amino acid load necessary to push mTOR into action. By prioritizing leucine-rich meals throughout the day, especially after physical activity, older adults can essentially wake up this dormant system and restore their muscle building potential. Casein, another form of protein primarily found in dairy products like cottage cheese and Greek yogurt, plays a different but equally important role. Unlike whey protein, which digests quickly and delivers a rapid influx of amino acids, casein digests slowly over several hours. This makes it particularly effective at preventing muscle breakdown during long periods without food, such as overnight. This is important because the body does most of its repair and regeneration while we sleep. In older adults, the risk of muscle wasting during these extended fasting periods is greater, and consuming casein-rich foods before bed can dramatically improve overnight recovery. In this way, casein serves as a protective agent, feeding the muscles gradually and minimizing catabolic activity that leads to muscle loss. Omega-3 fatty acids, typically associated with heart and brain health, are also a powerful but underappreciated ally in the fight against muscle decline. These essential fats, found in fatty fish like tuna and sardines, have a direct impact on the muscle's ability to synthesize protein. Clinical studies have shown that omega-3s can increase the anabolic response to both food and resistance training in older adults. This means they help the body respond more efficiently to the muscle, building signals initiated by leucine and exercise. In addition to supporting protein synthesis, omega-3s also reduce chronic inflammation, which becomes more prevalent with age and is known to interfere with muscle repair and recovery. By reducing inflammation, omega-3s create a more favorable internal environment for muscle growth. Furthermore, omega-3s improve the quality of cell membranes in muscle tissue, allowing for better nutrient uptake and communication between cells. This has a compounding effect, improving not only muscle performance, but also endurance and recovery. They also enhance insulin sensitivity, which plays a major role in how effectively the body shuttles amino acids into muscle cells. Poor insulin sensitivity, which is common in older adults, can significantly impair the muscle building process even when the right foods are consumed. By improving this hormonal pathway, omega-3s indirectly enhance the overall efficiency of nutrient use within the body. Combining all three of these nutrients, leucine, casein, and omega-3s, creates a nutritional strategy that addresses multiple aspects of age-related muscle loss. Leucine acts as the trigger, telling the body to start building. Casein ensures there is a steady supply of nutrients over time, particularly during recovery windows like sleep. Omega-3s support the machinery behind the scenes, reducing inflammation, enhancing insulin function, and improving the muscle's ability to respond to the anabolic signal. Together, they offer a complete system for maintaining and even increasing muscle mass well into older age. What makes this approach particularly valuable is that these nutrients are easy to access through everyday foods. Eggs and Greek yogurt provide leucine, cottage cheese offers casein, and canned tuna or sardines supply the omega-3s. There's no need for exotic ingredients or specialized supplements. The focus is on consistency and balance, regularly incorporating these foods into meals spaced throughout the day so the body is continuously supported. It's a realistic, sustainable way to manage aging that doesn't rely on complicated regimens. The science is clear. Aging does not mean the end of muscle growth. It just means the pathways that once responded easily to food and exercise need a little more support. By using the right nutrients at the right time, Older adults can not only preserve the muscle they have but also regain strength, stability, and function they may have thought were lost forever. The process is biological, not chronological. With the right inputs, the body will respond, adapt, and grow regardless of age. Building muscle after the age of 55 is often seen as a purely physical task. Go to the gym, lift weights, and the results will come. But the truth is more complex and far more fascinating. Muscle building is not just about lifting resistance, it's deeply tied to the nervous system. The brain and body must work together in harmony, and that relationship becomes even more important as we age. In fact, the nervous system's ability to communicate with and recruit muscle fibers is a critical, often overlooked piece of the muscle building puzzle. Without strong neurological signals, the muscles simply don't respond, no matter how much protein you eat or how many exercises you perform. As we grow older, this connection weakens. But the good news is it can be reactivated and strengthened with the right strategy. The body's nervous system controls everything about movement. Every time you lift your arm, squeeze a muscle, or stand up from a chair, it starts with a signal from the brain. That signal travels through your spinal cord and peripheral nerves, finally reaching your muscle fibers, instructing them to contract. This is known as neuromuscular activation. Over time, particularly past age 55, this signaling process begins to degrade. Some of the nerves that activate muscle fibers begin to die off, and the communication between the brain and muscles becomes less efficient. The result is slower reaction time, reduced strength, and a gradual loss of muscle coordination and balance. These are the silent causes behind many of the falls, injuries, and mobility issues seen in aging populations. However, just because this decline is common doesn't mean it's irreversible. Research in neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to adapt and reorganize, has shown that we can re-strengthen the brain. Muscle connection with both targeted training and proper nutrition. The more you stimulate your nervous system with coordinated, intentional movement, the more it adapts by reinforcing those connections. This is why balance training, mobility work, and slow, controlled resistance exercises are so beneficial for older adults. They don't just challenge the muscles, they challenge the brain to engage with the muscles more deeply, rewiring pathways that may have been dormant for years. Nutrition plays a powerful supporting role in this neurological process. Certain nutrients are essential for nerve function and muscle communication. Choline, for example, found in egg yolks and other whole foods, supports the production of acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter that directly controls muscle contractions. Without enough choline, your nervous system can't communicate properly with your muscles, leading to fatigue, weakness, and delayed responses. Similarly, omega-3 fatty acids, found in fish like sardines and tuna, support the health of nerve cell membranes, allowing for faster and clearer signal transmission between the brain and the body. These nutrients may not immediately seem related to strength, but they are deeply involved in how effectively you can use your existing muscle mass and whether your body can build more. Another important concept is the role of proprioception, or the body's ability to sense its position in space. This function is governed by both the nervous system and muscle tissue, and it declines with age if not stimulated. Movements that require balance, coordination, and full range of motion activate this system, and when combined with proper nutrient support, the results can be dramatic. Older adults often regain not only strength, but also confidence in their physical abilities once this neuromuscular system is re-engaged. It's also worth noting that building muscle is more efficient when the nervous system is operating at full capacity. If the brain can recruit more motor units, the bundles of muscle fibers controlled by a single nerve, then you can activate more muscle tissue during a workout. This leads to more efficient workouts, better muscle gains, and improved metabolic function. This becomes even more relevant when you consider that the number of motor units naturally decreases with age. The solution isn't to give up, but to optimize the way your brain and muscles communicate so that the remaining motor units are firing more effectively. All of this highlights why muscle building after 55 cannot be reduced to just eating more protein or doing more reps. It's about improving the efficiency of your internal operating system, the nervous system, and using that to your advantage. Strength is not just stored in the muscles, it's built in the brain, reinforced by nutrients, and expressed through coordinated, intentional movement. When older adults embrace this neurological approach to muscle building, they begin to see transformation not just in their physical body, but in how they move, react, and experience the world. They become faster, more stable, and more capable, not because their muscles suddenly grew overnight, but because the communication between their brain and muscles was restored. The result is strength that is sustainable, functional, and deeply rooted in the body's natural systems. And this kind of strength is available to anyone at any age who's willing to reconnect with the foundational systems that power movement itself.